Good morning, fellas. Oh, I didn't get the live stream stuff set up. Let me go see if I can find that now. This is Doug from Digital Currency Traders, and today's video I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin breakout on the inflation data release, and we're going to go through a big line of charts here today. The last few days we did lots of charts, lots more charts, and a whole bunch more charts. We did them all. In the 4 days, it broke it down into 4 pieces and did all the 300 charts or so that I'm monitoring. Then in the past few days, you can see here that we checked out the subject about making money by blogging about crypto. And then we took a big hit and got moved out of most of all the alts in the past while. And we talked about Bitcoin dominance, what's going on there. And in today's stream, we're going to get into more detail about the coins we should be looking at. So let me get the live stream here. Let me find it. Live. And then if I scroll down, this needs to be part of my routine before I start. Man, there's a lot of pieces to the routine. So if you are in the chat, say hello. I'll be noticing it if I can get this to layout so I can see it. There we go. Welcome aboard. There, copy trading data. Get that out of the way. All right, so in this stream, I was wanting to do the Chat GPT running our copy trading account. I want to set that up, but the alts have taken the show here today, and I've got to pay attention to what's going on here with crypto. So if I go to Bitcoin price to start off with, just give it to me. We had a big breakout here this morning, and thankfully for the Bitcoin liquidation watch, I've got that on in the background in the other room, and I could hear the noise breaking out. And so then I knew things were taking off, and I went and checked it out. I don't see which chart this is. So I knew these were taking off, and I knew I had to go and take a look at the altcoins now. So the spot trading account is still up 213%. And the AltSeason Copilot has pulled back into a state where anything going into alert status now we need to pay attention to and look at that chart for the 1, 2, 3 formation. Anything going from alert into hold status is another one we've really got to pay attention to. Anything going from all the partial hold status coins are worth a look to see if we should be grabbing those. And as they go from partial to hold status, that's probably going to be our signal that we should be moving a little bit of money into those. And if not real money, then at least paper trading them. All right, so I want to go through all those charts. This is my daily routine, and what I'm doing here is the do and show model to demonstrate the system in action. So you can just look over my shoulder and follow along, make notes, ask questions. And if you are interested in learning more, you can go and sign up at Digital Currency Traders and start following us for publications when I do them there. And if you are a writer, you can also write and submit your articles here, and we'll do a little detail about them. You can also learn more about the AltSeason Copilot membership over on the WAP membership area. There'll be a link down below, and what this gives you access to is the Copilot and the accelerator. So today I'm going to be working on the accelerator mostly, and I'm going to go into what are the coins that we're going to be making happen today. Coins that are going to come up here in the today page rather than the coins that went through yesterday. So Uni closed yesterday, Sui closed yesterday. I'll have to check those for a re-entry on those now today. How are you seeing those? Oh, good. So now to jump in. The data's here, the chart's here. And when I go through this without a video and I'm just talking my way through, just doing it, I go through this really quickly. So 1 inch, there's nothing for me to do here because we got into it earlier. Our stop was back far enough that this noise is okay. We can just ride through that. And that's a normal part of the entry of the trade. AAVE, you can see where our entry is set here. I could bump it down now just because of the change of energy of the whole crypto market. I could bump that entry down, but I'm not going to. ACA, nothing I can do there. That it's not a 1, 2, 3 formation yet that I can do anything with. ACH isn't built up into anything big enough yet for me to do something, though we can see the layers where the areas where our signal will have to be. It'll have to be something like that. And you know, it's held lows all the way along, so that's probably going to do something. I like these low Satoshi coins as well. So now on to ADA. I can't do anything with it. AGIX, we have an order in there. I love it because of the pullback and the consolidation that we have here. Really nice. It's not quite a 1, 2, 3. You're right, it's not. Now, AGLD earlier this morning, this was getting my attention. And if I didn't already have something in this that's down 20% from the earlier entry, then I'd be excited about this consolidation and I'd be doing entry above with the stop down below. Can't do this one. Alice, glad we got it. I drew this out earlier where I'm okay with it coming back and doing a consolidation after a big breakout like that. I had moved the stop loss just 1 Satoshi above the entry, so we're still sitting pretty in this one. And as it consolidates now, it could give us an add-on position. It hasn't really given the 1, 2, 3 quite yet. And of course, it could blast off anytime, but I'll wait for the 1, 2, 3 on that for the add-on signal. And for me, I can't do the add-on signal here because any kind of movement will kick out both the add-on and the original trade. So I still have to wait for this to make quite a bit of movement before I can do an add-on trade with that one. I'm loving this mute button. Alpaca, nope. Where are we now? Can't do it. It's not giving a 1, 2, 3 formation yet. Nothing here. Nothing here, but I'm ready. Nothing here, but I could get ready. API 3. I think I'm playing with that, but not actually trading it. I'm just tracking it. APT is down far enough that if it consolidates the next couple days, it'll be a signal, but I'm holding it from wicked in way up here. Brutal. Nasty. We got a few of those, unfortunately. ARB, I was looking for this to do a 1, 2, 3, but now it's come down to new lows. It's got a new number 1 point. I got to wait for it now. AR. Nothing there I can do. Nothing here I can do. It's pulled back to make a new 1, 2, 3. Hey, Mike, good to have you along. Arapa, nope. ASTR. Actually, when I was looking at my traffic stats in YouTube, I could see that it's 92% subscribers watching these videos. So it was encouraging for me to know that the people who are watching this from a long time ago are still tuned into this. Auction coin. Glad I got a little piece of this. I like the consolidation, the 1, 2, 3. It gave us a nice entry. I can't move the stop loss up on it yet, but as it goes, you betcha I can move that stop loss up. And hey, Guyan, good to have you along. And this is the kind of thing that, you know, taxes are going to be part of it, but throwing $20 into something like this and get your stop above the entry, maybe these are the ones that we could hold for a year so that the taxation would be totally different when we do cash out. Audio, I was watching for this one all the way down. It's consolidating again. I got to pay attention to it, but that's all the work I can do with it. My job's done. AVAX, I had an order in there, but I cleared it out because we came down to new lows. So I'm waiting for this to give me a new consolidation. But I like this chart because of the big move it did before. So as a pro alert, I could probably be really, no, that's a 1, 2, 3 on the 1 hour time frame. So I still can't do it. It's too aggressive. If I was automating this with the artificial intelligence, I could be doing these kind of entries and exits on this kind of time frame. And we'll have a special copy trading account just for that. But I'm going to keep with this main copy trading account that is spot only, really slow on the 12-hour EMAs, even though it's been a chore for the past year and a half or longer. As we've been down, this has been a brutal trading system to stay steady with. High five to Chandra for keeping at it all this time, man. That's crazy. So Bake BTC, this is looking good to me. I had a fantastic trade in this one. Really set me up. And there's the US dollar version of it. It's really taking off. Glad to have some of that. Band came down to new lows, so it got itself shaken out of my alerts. I cleared that out. And as it consolidates, I'll go back in. Basic attention token, I thought this one would get bled right out because it's paying you for someone's attention on your website, so you can automate that and just bleed the system dry. BCH, okay, that's consolidating into something. It's got new lows. I can't do it yet, but I'm watching it. Bell, same thing. It's come down to new lows, so it kicked itself out of the watch status just for now. Beta, no. Bico, I like the chart, but it's not in my spreadsheet, so I don't know what the deal is. I'll have to check that. Blur, it's going to have some more time before it comes around that corner, but it was a recently released coin that just got hammered with everything. So I think that it's held the bottom 3 times here. It's going to turn into something. And so if it gives me, this is the number 1 point, it has to come up and do something like this. I would like it if it did a spike and then came back. That would be better for me. BLZ can't do it yet, but that's a hammer reversal candle and a consolidation. So actually I could do BLZ, and it's done some monster moves in the past. No, not that. Confused it with something else. Okay, it's got a bottom, it's got a higher low, it's consolidating, it's doing 1, 2, 3. I have to take my opinion out of it, and this would be something that will build up. I'll just watch this in the next couple days. Maybe I'm already holding it, I don't know. Guyan, ATM USDT. No, I'm not going to take chart requests as I'm going through, Guyan. And I'm not doing the alt versus USD. And I'll explain that. I'll explain why I don't do alt versus USDT. I watch it, but I'm trading the alt versus BTC price. Because US dollar is an inflationary currency, which means that you buy a loaf of bread today, and we know in 5 years that loaf of bread is going to cost more dollars to buy it because of inflation. It's slowly going to, everything's going to inflate in price. That's inflation. But Bitcoin is a deflationary currency. That means the amount of Bitcoin that you have today, when you buy bread in 5 years, it's going to be fewer Bitcoin that you're going to have to use to buy that bread. So Bitcoin is the main thing we want to grow. We want to grow our Satoshis. We want to count the Satoshis we have and not the US dollars, though we watch it. So our system has 2 main states. We're either holding Bitcoin or we're holding fiat. When our EMAs are crossed over, the 12-hour crossover, we're holding Bitcoin. When it's under that, we're holding fiat. When the alts versus Bitcoin are switching places, then we want to know which alt is growing in US dollar value faster than Bitcoin, or not falling as fast as Bitcoin. And we want to get into those coins. And I'm going to give you a chart where I can show that to you. And then I'll encourage you to you don't need me to look at any chart because these patterns are so simple, you can recognize them. You really can. And if you just put a few bucks into them and wait for it, you will learn your own emotional relationship with money. So here is Litecoin versus Bitcoin price. You can see that it was a better idea to hold Bitcoin all the way through this. And Bitcoin dominance is rising. That shows us the very same thing, that Bitcoin dominance is rising here. It's a better idea to hold Bitcoin. So we want to watch now all the time for which coins are performing better than Bitcoin, because some of them have been, not Litecoin. And here's the Litecoin versus US dollar, where if I'm holding Litecoin from here, I may think, oh, I'm up a little bit of money and I think I'm doing good. But no, actually, you're not doing good. You're doing quite badly by holding Litecoin. You're down quite a bit of Satoshi profits here that you could have been in. So I don't look at the US dollar price charts as much, but I just keep a general vague eye on them as a point of reference. So the other point is that I teach you how to look at these charts and do the whole thing, and I give it away for free for the 7-day trial, so it's up to you to go and do that, and I'm not going to do it for you. But what I am doing here is I'm going through my work that is connecting up to the copy trading account, and it'll fire directly through here when these signals fire through. And while we have this account started off at 0, and in September it had $350 and I started trading with it, and now it's up to $1,800, and I'm just going to keep growing it and growing it and growing it as an example of how to trade this system. So what I'm doing with this live stream now is I'm talking my way through all the work that I have to do to monitor all these charts. So I just can't go back and forth doing your requests because I don't need to, and because I don't have the time to. But I do have the time to explain it so that you get the gist, and then you're independent. You do not depend on me to look at a 1, 2, 3 formation. It's not hard. You just have to sit. That's hard. Okay, a banker network token. It's a biased favorite of mine. And I can't do it yet. I want to. BNX, that was great. I didn't expect it, and I wasn't holding it, but there we go. Really nice looking. Now I'm looking for the 1, 2, 3 top formation, actually, or the continuation. So did this do the 50%? Look at that. Did the breakout, pulled back to the 50% level. It didn't make a nice 1, 2, 3, and then it's consolidated a bit more. So should this consolidate above where it is now, it would give us a place to be adding on to our original entry, and we could have a larger position without increasing our risk, because we're not going to lose any money. We've already got a lot of profit in there. So this is the kind of stuff I like to do as a nitro trade. This is stage 4 of the trade, and we haven't seen that in a bloody long time. Bond. Can't do it yet, but I love those bottoms now. That's consolidating nicely. Let me clear that stuff off. Bitcoin. So yesterday it was coming down into our 4-hour EMA crossover, putting us into partial exit, and it's still there into partial exit. It's still not back into full hold status. So officially our system should be holding half cash, half Bitcoin, and a little bit of altcoins. And we can see the little bit of altcoins when I go to the AltSeason Copilot. There's not very many that would be holding out of the whole pie. C98. No. Cake, yeah, but no. I like that it's above support from the past, but it came back and kicked me out. I was kind of sour about that. It's only a few bucks, so I got to keep it in perspective. CELO, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. CHZ, I think, is going to do something. Do I have an order for that yet? Why am I back on the C's? CKB, CLV, Comp. Comp did some big moves before. LMNB. Slow Comp. Here. But the EMA is not crossed over. It's making a double bottom. It's great. It's looking good, but I can't do it quite yet. And I think I was holding that before. Costs, this did a really good pump. That's like a flag to say something's coming, but you can never tell. So it's got to build a little bit better. COTI, I'm holding some of that. I made a great profit and then I got into it and I'm holding a loss on that one. So I don't know if I'm up or down or even on that. Can't do CRV yet. It's giving us some noise, so I like it. CTK, but it's not a chart that I have here, so I'm just tracking it. I don't know. CTSI, we've got an alert in that. I probably should like remove that alert because it could spike. It's not as nice an alert there now. It's not as nice an alert because the price has already gone down below where my stop would be. So it gives it the potential to do something stupid to me, wick up and kill me, and then consolidate and go. So it's not. I don't have my stop below a consolidation on that. So it's higher risk. I'll leave it, but you know it's higher risk. DAR. Not sure if I'm holding that or not. Dodo, consolidating. Doge, still holding some nice profit on that. And it's up versus BTC. So Bitcoin, having gone up in price during this period of time, and Doge being higher than Bitcoin means that I made some nice gains on that, even though it's pulled back. It would have been nicer to have it, but anyway. Let me get this out of the way again. Doge, DOT. This one killed me, and it's holding there. Dusk, we've got some profit in this, but I cannot move the stop loss up on Dusk yet. You can see here the color coding. It shows purple to highlight my eye so that I can see that it is in stage 2A of the trade. So if I go into the website, this is where the Pro Alerts subscribers have access to this. So if you were to go to the AltSeason Copilot Accelerator, join the waitlist, I will email you, and then you can join if it works for you or not. And this is stage 2 of the trade, where this is stage 2B of the trade. We can see Dusk is here. And stage 2 of the trade also lights up down here for me, where it's purple. And then I know that the price is above my entry and I should be checking the stop on that. I can't move the stop loss up on this until price moves up a little higher. I have to give it room to be bad. DYXY, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. Okay, glad I did it. ENS, couldn't tell beforehand, right? This was one of those spikes that came down, and there was a bunch of them that came down lower and kicked me out, and I took some losses on that. But this is one of those swing trade entries that's very rare that I do, and caught. This one stayed. So it stayed, and I have the stop above the entry, so it's in stage 3 of the trade. So if I go to the website and I scroll up and I go to stage 3 of the trade, you would see that ENS is here. Its open profit loss is 41%, which is what we're showing in the spreadsheet here. So it's the same stuff. EOS, Ethereum Classic. Wow, I'm holding some of that, but it's hurting. Ethereum, okay. And I have some Ethereum from way back. So this is very nice. Even though it's pulled back, I'm still way ahead. Still great. All right. Let's charge through some more. Hey, Nightbot Rex, look at those pickles, or those are cucumbers. I don't know. BTC go up, yes. And I think it's going to continue. Okay, FET, Ocean, and another one were supposed to merge, so I didn't sell out of the little bit that I have just to see what happens when those tokens merge, and I don't know, whatever. I only have such a little bit of it that it's fun to play. But it's not in the copy trading account. FIS, This one I think I'm holding a little bit of and pouting about it, but that was such a formation. I should have gotten out and took my loss. There's a few of them. FLM, I took it. As it came down to these lows, it got me out, took that loss. And that's one of the things that brought the copy trading account data down to 213%, is having those things close at a loss. Flow, can't touch it. Oh wow, I'm down 43% in flow. Ow, that hurts. That's not been good at all for a minute, and then I should have been out of that for sure. Flux, front, better. Okay, I'm into front in a profitable way. And I made some great gains on this one, took the profit, and then got back into it, and it's up into profit again. So that's a nice one. I'm glad that one turned out because it made up for some of the other losses in my not taking losses where I should have. This one, FXS, is hard for me to say, but it's down to old historical lows, so it's not, I can't play right now. I guess I can. I have the alert set up here. We'll see what it does. That's not one of my favorite charts though. Gala, I don't have the alert in there, but when it consolidates a bit, I will. Gal, I'm still holding. It's at profit in a versus US dollar, even though it's pulled back versus Bitcoin. So it's kind of a sad story on this one that it didn't sell out. Part of the spreadsheet isn't selling when I've given it the command as well, some of the oldest coins. So I'm just holding those, and I move the stop loss back. Okay, stop loss is back pretty far. That's sad, but it's in profit versus US dollar. That's part of the confusing part. It's a three racers racing, and you have to keep track of where the three are. It's difficult. GMX, we are in hold status, 6%. I cannot move this, and the stop loss is above the entry. So I took this consolidation here as my reason to move the stop loss just above the entry. So I'm lucky I didn't get kicked out on that as it came back. Now that it's holding there, okay, lucky. Otherwise, that would have been just work for nothing. And I would rather do the work for nothing and do it again than leave my stop below and take the loss, right? Like I did in the other trades. So GRT, I can't do it, but as it's coming to consolidate out of that, it'll give me a springboard trade entry. And for me, the springboard is like the 1 meter board in the swimming pool where you get out to the very end of it and you push down just before you do the dive and you do the front flip. This is the springboard trade entry. It's the 1, 2, 3 formation where the end of it is sprung down and ready to take off. And of course, I can never know the future, so I have to put those in. And if the springboard breaks and it goes down, I gotta, get out of those trades quick, or it's going to be more costly like these ones. HTF, I'm not in and I can't do anything with. Hi, I wasn't trading, but I tracked it. It made some great profit. I moved the stop loss up, and it came down and kicked out that stop. Something bad happened in that project. And that is a multiverse where I'm expecting one day I'll have the VR glasses and I'll go into the multiverse and I'll look around for something in there that I could get a revenue stream from that people need to buy on a regular basis to do whatever they do in the multiverse, and it turns into real world money for me. Hook, no. ICP, oh, poor Jerry Banfield. This one's pulled back quite a bit versus BTC anyway. ICX can't do it. ID, I want to, but not yet. Not yet. Soon. Okay, glad I did this one. You can never know. You got to go through them all. Do the chart on the ones that throw your 20 bucks in, and then when we can, I'll get the stop above the entry on this. And I could manage risk if I was really better on managing risk. I would move this up, and then I'd come back in and do the trade again if I needed to. But for me, I'm going to leave that more risk on it at the beginning, and I'm going to manage risk by having a smaller trade so that I can let it be wild and it doesn't really cost any money, any appreciable amount of money. IOTX, I think, is going to do something like really stand up big. And I've been waiting for it. I've been watching for it. And now that it's come back and consolidated, I almost want to do an adjustment. So I think I will. Not very many I'm doing this on. So it's 81 and 69, and it's what I'm moving it to. So 81. And I'll move this to 66. So it's a little bit more risk. What happened there? %, risk if it hits there, and now I better take a copy of the link and change the image so we get this correct screenshot on that. And so that'll be changed in the website when we pull up the alerts data. It'll pull up everything that is in alert status right now. You can just export this with CSV and then import it into Google Docs so that all of these columns become fields, and it's just easier to work with all the data. It's really cool. IOTX, so we move that one down. That's cool. Joe, no. Oh yeah, but I don't actually trade it. I don't think BitGet has Kucoin token in their machine, but I like it. Kucoin token's picking up here after the Kucoin boss got arrested and charged, and Kucoin token went down. Maybe, I don't know what's going on with that KDA, but I took money off of Kucoin at that time. I still have some on there. I was going to add more, but I took some off when that happened, and I'm still just watching. Clay, get down here. Okay, this is in the alerts, and I don't really like it as an alert myself. Like some days I put on an alert, the next day I come and look at it and I go, what? Okay, it's true, it is a 1, 2, 3, and that the EMAs did cross over, so I have to take my opinion out of it and just do it. KMAD, okay, I don't really like that one. KNC has done some big moves in the past, and now that it's breaking out, okay, that one's got more juice to it. And we're in profit, but I can't move the stop loss up much. Maybe I could move it up a little higher just to manage risk on the whole portfolio. KSM is holding a better bottom. It did some great stuff in the past, so that it's holding a better bottom, I'll watch this one more closely. This is actually pretty cool. And this would be a 1, 2, 3 on the 4-hour time frame as I'm getting into it, because the 12-hour EMAs aren't crossing over yet. It's not even in alert status. It would be better if it did a spike and then came back and consolidated. That would give me a much cleaner entry. So I'll wait on that one and not try to push the river. LDO, I like that one too. And I like it better because we have the higher lows, and this is a springboard trade entry. So I'll do it. Copy a link, LDO. Stop loss is 25.29. 25.29. 1, 2, 3, 4. 32.72. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, something way out there. Oops. Take a 0 out. 365, that's okay. I'll take that. And this is a springboard. And put it into alert status. Bing. Fired. Goes into the Discord. Alt alerts. So there's the LDO alert today at 9:01 a.m. in the Discord chat. It's also in the spreadsheet on the website. And that's it. So there it is, live stuff. Lena. Link. Let me go back to the spreadsheet. Link. You've really wrecked a lot of people, but now you're back into a springboard trade entry. So if I had followed my EMA crossovers properly, I would have had profit here. And yes, I probably would have had, taxes to pay on that profit, but at least I'd have a little bit more money to be putting into the next one. So crypto has not been really good for investing this last while because it's just been so choppy. You have to get in and out, or you got to sit through a whole bunch of discomfort. So lit, I am ready for. It's down to historical levels. It made this capitulation low in April. It was holding above that. So, if it gets above there again, we'll be doing better, but it's getting to be a pretty precarious alert status there. Loca, can't do it yet, but it's close in the next few days. Loom, LPT. Oh yeah, I've got an alert on that. And while I wasn't trading it earlier for this early one, that was a good entry. This would be a good entry. This would be the add-on signal now, the stage 4 add-on. Beautiful, because I'm increasing my position size without increasing my risk of the original money that I had. Liquidity, can't do it yet. No, LRC. Well, this was an exciting one. Took a loss on it. Litecoin, Magic, took a loss on this one too. Wicked us in, kicked us out. Now I'll get that money back though. Every chart that does this to me, I have a personal grudge with that chart. I don't forget. You owe me. You. And there'll be a day this chart coughs it up. There's a few charts that have never coughed it up though, I gotta say. Matic, no. Mav. We do have an alert in that one. So again, it was looking good and it's pulled back down to where my stop would have been. So should that be an entry? Could be. Some systems do that. Don't do it. Okay, can't do anything on those. Near, I am holding in the Pro Alerts because even though I gave a signal to exit, the system didn't exit. And it's so much at profit that it's okay. I'm okay. It's good. It's even up in Bitcoin. It's up so much in US dollars. So that's a lucky one, and that's okay. Neo, I'm also still holding. It didn't exit because I don't know why. I'll have to exit it manually, but I'm just leaving those all for now because I do expect Bitcoin dominance is going to come down. You've heard that before. No, this one whipped me and beat me up quite a bit here too. My crypto therapist doesn't allow for revenge trading. I'd fire that therapist. I can have revenge on the inanimate charts, but on a person that's inappropriate. Because a person has a different choice. The chart, I take it sometimes where I'm showing a chart pattern and I'll mention it online, and as soon as I mention it, almost to the second, the chart will turn around and go the other way. It's because the charts are watching and they're just listening to me, and as soon as I speak, they just have a great sense of humor. So it's all random. It's totally random. I can never predict the future. I don't know anything about these coins. So if I do the pattern, it absolutely makes money. And the better I follow the pattern, the more money I make personally. So ORN, scroll down here. We are into this one recently. No, into it a while ago, and it's pulled back. And if I wasn't into it a while ago, I'd be into this now. This is a much better setup here. I was super excited on that breakout. Look at that, eh? That is bad. This is not a 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's a continuation. But on a continuation like that, I should have been super aggressive on the stop. Because it's already started to move. So now that it's done a move and pulled back and consolidated, there's the place. The charts are definitely watching. It feels that way. It really does sometimes. So the wider I trade with smaller positions, the less personally attached I am to any one of them, and I don't care. If it goes in or out, I don't even notice it. Some of the coins I'm really personally attached to, even if it's a small position, my emotions are totally not correct on it. So let's continue on. Pendle, I'm keeping it. People, I'm keeping it. And I was having a conversation about this. How far will I keep this? I'll keep it all the way back because I got into such a good entry that I'm still in profit even if it comes all the way back here. So there's nothing for me to do on these ones. I want to be in a position to give it the room to take off, the unexpected to be in my favor. I want to leave the room open for that, but I want to be short on the unexpected going against me. And I did a poor job on that the last while because of my bias. So perp. Okay, I skipped right by those ones. People, perp. I wanted to do perp. I think I got into it. It kicked me out, and I'm still watching for it. PHB. Now this one doesn't owe me, but I missed out when it made this formation back here. So I'm feeling like, and I poo-hooed it at the time. I made the chart. And I was, it's just going down. We've had these wicks all the time. I'm not playing with it. I'm not touching it. And it just like blasted and did a great job there. Phenomenal gains. And now as it's holding above support from the past, let me just drag ahead here. I got to do it. As it's building higher lows, I just got to do it. So I've got the order in there for that one now. Well, we'll see what goes on. That's a build up that is really different than most everything else. So gotta play. Pond, I've been holding for a while. I got into it back here, and it's up in US dollar value because Bitcoin has gone up, but it's down a little bit versus Bitcoin. So I'm holding it, but also not a really good idea because Bitcoin went up more than Pond did. Power, nothing. Yes, but no. No. QNT. Quantum, no. No, but I'm really wanting it, and I'm already holding it, so that's why I want it. Ray, now this is another chart that's different than everything else. Look at these higher lows setting up, so I want a piece of Ray. And I had some, and I moved my stops way back so that I wouldn't get kicked out. And in fact, I had a nice stage 4 add-on to this too. As it came up and it started to break out here, I added onto it. I moved the stops together. Should have got kicked out at nothing here, but I moved the stop losses back and I was doing that on everything. And now I think this is going to be something that's going to dance. Ray, can't do it yet. It's lower lows all the way. Ren, not yet. RLC, it's got higher lows. So as it consolidates and gives me something, I want to do it. But my entry here is, I got to clear that out. That's too risky now. It's too stale. I have to redo that one. So I'll clear that alert out of the system and do something different in the next couple days. RNDR is probably going to keep going now that it's hit a bottom and it's consolidating off these levels. I like it. So as I zoom in and zoom in, then I've got to put my EMAs on there and see what they're giving me. So the 4-hour EMA is still, it's got time to consolidate before I need to worry about it. Rose, glad to have some. I think it's going to do great, although I should have bought at a different time. Rune, pulled back too far, so I can't do the alert on that. Where are we now? Oh, we're getting to the 4th panel. Woo, good. I'm running out of steam. Sand, it beat me up a couple times. Santos, I keep trying on it, but nothing right now. This one just kicked us out. Okay. SFP is looking pretty good. We've got a swing trade entry on that one, but down 12%. I don't know why I call it a swing trade entry. I don't know. That is actually, why did I call that a swing trade entry? That is a springboard, not a swing trade. My mistake. SHIB could be doing something, but it's got to consolidate and give me more place to dig my foot in. SKL also. I like that it's above higher lows, but again, it's got to consolidate now, so it might take a few days. Nothing there, nothing there. Sol, maybe, but it's like at historical highs. So I've got some that is out and staked, and I'm not going to do anything with buying into this here. Even though it could go higher, it's probably going to go higher. I'm not going to add on to it because I'm wanting those to come back to the 50% level before I add on. It could go, I don't know. SSV was a favorite of mine in the past. It's consolidating really nicely, so I don't have an order. I don't even know if it's tradable in the systems I'm doing. STG, we just got that fired in there. So you can see it's a nice springboard trade entry. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for in those other markets that have come down, down, down. Give me a spike and then give me a few days and have it come back. I love it. Those are the ones that I want to wait for. Storage was a personal favorite of mine for a long time. Some marooning 15%. Hey, wake up. Good to have you along. Oh, we are early on the breakouts. This is the very beginning, and I'm just filtering through which are breaking out. So STX, we caught that one, and it's in a little bit of profit. The stop is still down below the entry. So this one stacks. You could throw 20 bucks in there and just like do rule number one. Rule number one says, assume you were wrong, reduce or remove your position unless the market proves you correct. So you could throw 20 bucks in there by rolling a dice and only hold it if it proves you correct and reduce or remove it if it doesn't prove you correct. So something breaking out like this, we just got tagged in. I could jump in there live and throw 20 bucks. SUI, I think that one just kicked us out, came down to where I had my stops. And that's too bad because it's going to consolidate and I'll have to do that alert again very soon. But I'll do the alert again very soon. And let me clear that off. No, I'll leave that. And the alert will have to be up above this level. But not today. Super. My nose is itchy. Not yet. Sushi, I'm waiting for it. Man, I was waiting for it here. That was so great and down to new lows. So, as it consolidates, I'll be there for it. Just not yet. No. Syscoin, I have some off exchange. Sad story. Not doing good. T-Fuel. Theta. That looks good. I think Theta and T-Fuel are going to do something big. They've got higher, they're above resistance from the past. They're looking good, but I can't trade them. They're not on the exchanges I'm doing. I don't know. TIA, I did a signal on that the other day. So as this takes off, we'll get into it. And there is some equity in the copy trading account, so those will fire through. If you are in the pro alerts, you can follow in the copy trader account. I'll give you that code so that you can be one of the few copiers. You can copy with as little as $10 per trade or as much as $1,000 per trade. So it's up to you what you're going to put into each of these trades as they go. Depends on your system or your size. And Toncoin, I'm glad we've got the profit in this one. Nothing to do on it yet, though. I've kind of waited. I'd like Sol. I'm waiting for this to pull back. Then I could do an add-on. TRB is higher lows. I do have the alert set up there. TRU, we're in profit. Nothing to do. I'll just keep watching it. TRX did something in it, took a loss. TWT, I like the way it's setting up, and we've got an alert set up for that in the system. I like it. Okay, it is above support from the past, but this big spike, it just, you know, it has the potential to do something. UMA is down to these levels. It could be something. It's got to consolidate more. UNFI has got to consolidate more. Uni wicked us in, kicked us out. What a bugger. But I don't think I was actually in that in any exchange. So I will double check that to see what's going on with that. I don't think I was holding Uni. Anyway. UTK, no. No. Not yet. No. 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 Not yet. Not yet. You owe me. Woo. I've been beaten by Woo several times. We'll see how that goes. They're all small, so that it won't take long. If I catch a trend on that, I'll get it all back. I don't know what this coin is. XLM, wow. This one also beat me. Here. I thought that was going to the moon from there, and it did not. So I don't know if I'll ever get my XLM money back, percentage-wise. XRP, I didn't get beat up on this one. This is good. Nope. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Nope. Zill. Oh, man. This one I thought for sure. This was the capitulation low. Grab some of that. This one too. Got the capitulation low on that. And kicked me out. Came back and hit my stop. So I have to wait for that to consolidate and go again. So that wraps it up. We went through all of them from start to finish. Crazy. I gotta go get a drink of water. Bitcoin is continuing to go, and it's just going to continue to go. One chart that I didn't look at the other day as we were going through this is the smart money, because this is our custom indicator that gives us this green belly on the reversals. When things go down to an extreme, it gives us this green belly. And the green belly on the 4-hour time frame has been really good for catching the bottoms all the way along. When we get this green bottom on the 4-hour time frame, man, this is the bottom all the way along. And we got the green belly on the 1-hour time frame on this one, not the 4-hour, so it didn't get as extreme as the others. But that is beautiful. Green belly, 1, 2, 3 formation. Do it and put your stop above your entry. So now I got caught up on all of that. We went through like everything, 1 inch to ZRX. Now I want to spend some time going over the AI so that I have ChatGPT actually logged into this spreadsheet, looking at row 288 and comparing against our trading plan. Then it will move the stop loss, and that's it. It'll take care of everything, and it'll do it automatically. So that's going to be what's coming up, and I'm going to do it in a couple different ways. So we have copy trading accounts for just Bitcoin, and this is cool. We have the EMA crossover indicator, but this is set at a standard 6119. Look at that. Should be a standard 6020 all the time on the 12-hour, 4-hour time frame. Okay, so it's locked there. No matter where I go into the 1-hour time frame, it's still showing me the signal at the same place. Or no matter what time frame I'm looking at. This is a locked indicator. But it's locked at 1224, 6020. So what I did is I created another indicator that instead of having 1224, it's got a multiplier. So this is the same indicator, same setting, 6020, 1224, and 12 and 4-hour time frame. But instead now this will change with the time frame that I'm looking at, and we can adjust the time frames here. So we can adjust all of these and find out which are the actual optimum. So I had a system that followed through and did thousands of iterations of every different combination of our indicator possible, and it went through all the history charts, and I did a whole bunch of different charts, and then I had AI go through all the data and tell me which is the best, absolute best setting for this indicator, and it's not what we use here on the public television public system. But what I'm going to do with the AI is I'm going to give it the optimal setting, and I'm going to have that run a bot that the Pro Alert subscribers will have access to. So as a Pro Alert subscriber, there's a $97 a month fee, and then there's 2% fee on the copy trading account. Whereas many of the other copy trader accounts have no fee, but they have a 10% chunk off the profits. So I don't know which one's better. That's the way it is. So that wraps it up for this show. Polygon is the most oversold on the weekly chart. Oversold, which means it should be bought. And I don't know the oversold and overbought indicators so much. Let's go back to, what is that? Sol. And this is Sol BTC as well. So it's a little different. But I am seeing a springboard set up here even though we've got the bearish divergence across the top, across this top, that's kind of a bearish divergence. It's actually a springboard consolidation that does look like it's going to be going higher from here. So my bias aside, when I get into it, and we could look at the Bollinger Bands, we could look at the Ichimoku Cloud, we could get into all the details of it, but the 1, 2, 3 is setting up, and as it crosses over, you throw your 20 bucks in, manage your stops, and away you go. It's not up to us. This is one of the things that I'm not as excited about teaching crypto and doing free crypto training and all that kind of stuff, because there's no way for me to give you guaranteed results. Whereas if you are blogging and you're using AI tools to do marketing online, there's much more likelihood of getting quantifiable results, that if I do it this way and you do it this way, you're going to get the same results as me. Whereas if I teach you the trading system and you try to do it and I do the trading system, if we start at different times with different amounts of money, there's so many variables that make our results different that I can't guarantee your results for anything in the crypto trading. I can't guarantee my own results. I just position and then it's up to the market. So I trade in such a way that I don't have to watch. I leave my money to watch the markets now. And then I'm doing my content in such a way that this content is working for me while I'm doing something else, because somebody else is going to watch this video while I'm outside going for a walk or what have you, doing yoga. So great to see this blasting off. Great to see Doge blasting off as well. There's going to be many of our coins hitting entries right now. So I expect that my spot account, it has $341 worth of equity right now. Oh, shut up. 290. So something else, something fired through in our system. So if I go to the Pro Alerts, go to the cover page down here, STX is a hold that went in just today since I refreshed that. And there will be more now as these are coming across. These are great. And if you are a AltSeason Copilot subscriber, you'll get access to the AltSeason Copilot and the daily action matrix here, so that you can just log in and quickly see which coins are passing the EMA, and then you jump in and do that work yourself. Be sure to check out that 2024 filter. It's showing us some really important data. All right, that wraps it up. I could go on all day, and I will, but not while on the live stream. Thanks again for being here, you guys. Look at this. We got the chat going and conversation. Cheers, trade safe, and keep those losses small.